Let's talk about one of the greatest superpowers your life has given you: changing your mindset. Everything I'm going to talk about has been taken from this book right here. And there are two types of mindset you need to know: the fixed and the growth mindsets. When you use your fixed mindset, things are fixed. So say you're taking a test. If you do well, you're smart. If you do poorly, you're dumb. That's it. This is definitional. This proves or disproves your identity. On the growth, the same test that you just took is just a snapshot of how you performed at a certain point in time in a certain thing. It is not something that determines your identity. And what that creates is the scenario that you can always improve. The best way to explain those mindsets is by comparing them. So I'm going to give you 5 scenarios. 1, success versus failure. In a fixed mindset, you need to prove things because your identity is attached to it. So success, for example, is about proving that you are talented or that you are smart. You go from I failed to I'm a failure. And this is the somebody nobody syndrome, which means that if you succeed, you're somebody, and if you fail, you're nobody. But looking at things through those lenses can be very detrimental to you because you can't change. You are what you are. There is no room for improvement. There is nothing you can do about it. And at that point, if you can't come up, you bring others down to your level. And that's when you start seeing people pointing fingers and blaming everything and everyone. In a growth mindset, failure is just a failure. It's not an identity. So a failure is just a momentaneous lack of expertise, and it can be extremely powerful to highlight where you need improvement. The second scenario I have for you is about effort. In a fixed mindset, if you're not good at something, that's because you're not talented. And if you're not talented, you might as well not even try. You see, because of that mindset, you're not even trying something. After all, why would you even try if you already know where you stand? Why would you try if you know that that is your box? However, thinking this way can dramatically decrease the number of achievements you have in your life. And also, you start seeing other people as judges. They're not there to support you. They're there to judge you by your failures or your successes. And by the way, this book touches on the subject of depression. And it shows that a lot of people who are undergoing depression, they are facing this fixed mindset. They're thinking that they're it. They cannot change. They cannot get better. Life cannot get better. You see the point? You see how important knowing about the growth mindset can be? Now, shifting to the growth mindset. On a growth mindset, trying is impressive. Trying is what is successful. Trying, give it a shot. Man, you got this. Give it a shot. At least try. That is what is truly courageous in a growth mindset. It's not about the success itself. It's about the effort that you're putting in. And this has an impact on how you see every event, because now it's about the process. It's about how you see this. If you end up getting, good grades or getting money out of it or getting whatever gratification you need, good. If not, it's fine. It was about the journey. It was about trying. It was about putting in the effort. In a classroom setting, think of somebody who is not even going to study for a test. For someone using a growth mindset, that is practically impossible. It's inconceivable. You just cannot picture that happening, because how come you're not even going to try? How are you not going to put in the time to try to be better? And if by chance you are using a growth mindset and you didn't study, say you got a good grade still, you would wonder, well, I got a good grade, but had I studied, would I have been better? Would I have done better? And then same thing, if you got a bad grade, you would be like, oh, got a bad grade, but I feel like if I had studied, I probably would have done better. That's the growth mindset. People in a growth mindset will take these adversities and they will use it as fuel. They will use it as the power for them to keep going. So you can throw whatever you want at them and they will see that as, hey, I can keep going, I can keep going, I can keep going. They won't give up. On a fixed mindset, if the student's just thinking of the grade, that's it. It doesn't really matter. The process never mattered. So what happens before and after the test doesn't matter. And that's how the fixed mindset turns students into people who don't learn. Because again, it doesn't matter if they learn or not, because they are already intelligent, smart, or not. On the growth mindset, they are trying. They keep trying, they don't give up. And when you embrace this growth mindset, you know that you can be better. You know that you can learn, which is exactly what you're doing here right now. You knew that you didn't have a ton of, knowledge in how to learn, but you went after it. You're learning it. You're going after this information. Okay, scenario 3, let's talk about group work. On a fixed mindset, you don't need a team. You don't need colleagues. You need subordinates. And you don't take criticism because, you know what? You don't need it. After all, you do you. You are exactly what you need to be. Criticism is not welcome. You just do your thing. In a growth mindset, you accept that you have constraints. Some other people may have good ideas. They may have good criticism for you. They may have good ideas. You know how to embrace that. You know that you are not that special. You know that you can have growth in your life, and you know that you can count on other people as well. So you don't have subordinates. You don't have employees. You have people who are helping you, and you are helping them. Fourth scenario, challenges. For fixed mindset people, challenges are testing their identity. So if they fail, well, they are worth less. So they might not even try. They don't like that their worthiness is being tested. It's being tried. The consequence is that they lose interest if it's too hard. They don't want to accept that they may not be good at it yet. Now, for growth mindset people, challenges are welcome. They are needed. You can't grow if you're not challenged. If you're always in your comfort zone, you're never going to grow. So challenges are a must. You must be challenged. You must fail. You know that failure is just going to happen. So you might as well just start failing now. 5, stereotypes. For fixed mindset people, when someone gives you a compliment and you like it, you put yourself into that box. And now you start feeling like you don't want to lose being in that box. So you do everything you can to be in the box. You prove yourself to be validated. You try to live to fit into that box. Because again, you don't want to be told that you're not good enough to be in that box. But there's also the flip coin, which is if someone puts you in the box that you don't want to be put in, you feel awful. You feel absolutely terrified. Because again, there's nothing you can do about it. If someone's putting you in a box and you can't change, for growth mindset people, when someone puts you in a box, there's a couple things going on. One is that you know that this may only be their perception of you, and that doesn't mean that perception won't change. And 2, you know that your validation doesn't come from that. You know what boxes you fit into. You know who you are, and you know you can grow. Now, we're done with the examples. There's one thing that I didn't quite mention, and I want to highlight, and I want you to remember this every time that you possibly can. Everyone has both mindsets, okay? The trick here is for you to identify where and when you're using the fixed mindset, okay? I exaggerated all of the examples to make it feel like some people are fixed mindset and some people are growth mindset. No. We all have both, and it's a choice for which mindset you're gonna use given the scenario that you're at. Think of a test that you did badly. Well, don't feel like that was the end of the world. That is just the difference between the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. You can grow. Now, I'm talking a lot about school, but this doesn't have to be about school. This could be at everything in life. And you may ask me, hey, are there any scenarios where the fixed mindset is better than the growth mindset? Maybe, I don't know, I don't think so. But again, you get to choose what you're gonna do. But here's the thing, the growth mindset allows you to become who you want to be, whereas the fixed mindset only allows you to be what you already are.